Okay.
I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Let's wrap up this region, please. Looks pretty cool. I don't know why they made this in area, but I guess it's good for aesthetic reasons.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Has to be, right?
Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Might not be the best place to work, but at least you spend your days never having to worry about starving. Oh, okay. You can't head out to fish in the ocean, but if you don't mind river fishing, there's a good spot outside with all the fish you could ever want. I've noticed, man. It's real unusual for Lord Almadria to come through here without letting any of us know ahead of time. She took off with a sizable posse too. Wonder what that was all about. 'Cause you're all gonna die. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just glad she didn't ask us to come along with her. Treasure chest. Heavy treat. That's good. I'm gonna panic save real quick. Progress is on that side, so... wonder what's over there. This boat here is used for shipping. Always takes off with an empty cargo hold and comes back with a full one. Pretty big, ain't she? But compared to Lord Almadria's personal ship, this thing's a cupcake. Yeah? You're not real. There's empty space here. Hopefully we'll see more ships here instead of just this one, but who's to say? Alright. What do you gotta say, man?
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her
The
ship,
word posse
and took
again.
off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
Are
We
those
don't know
real
how
terms?
dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there. You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Is this gonna be our ship? That'd be cool. I mean, I guess there's no need for an airship, because, we had fast travel from the start, but still, that'd be cool. I already took my look around, right? Yeah, we're good. Set sail. Alright. Well, looks cool.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
Okay.
Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
My faith
Pleasure's all ours.
is
Think we'll catch up to
dropping.
her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
Okay, time to chat with the rest of the party. Yeah.
I know Malabar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
Oh, hi Rinwell. You good, champ?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kind of lying to you all this whole time.
You actually
I
just
was blind
didn't tell us
to
anything.
everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell.
You actually didn't bother us at all.
So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her.
I mean, after what she did, you
Even
know.
just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it's not just her.
Like,
I think about the way
100
Law
people
looked at me.
melted into goo. So,
I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside.
oh yeah, that
And
bit,
yet,
yeah.
Sislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
What if racism is bad?
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father.
Right.
As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right.
Oh man, Zephyr was so cool.
And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen.
I mean, you're not gonna leave the party, right?
Say,
Right?
back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know though, maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from?
Oh yeah, she did say that, huh? I wonder.
I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Well, damn. Okay. Oh, you're the last one. Okay, I'll save you. I'll save you for last then. Hey Law, how you doing?
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, It wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, are we gonna do that again? That was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
somehow the sea is different, though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her?
No, I
feel
get
like
it,
such a
but
screw up.
probably could have taken her down
You're
and
not
let
the
in
only
there.
one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Stern talking
Yeah,
too.
I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Just can't believe he died in the second region. Thanks, Alphen. You're welcome. It'll take some time before we catch up to her, so feel free to go out and stretch your legs. Maybe check out how the rest of your crew's doing. Okay, will do.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
I think a lot of
What
people
can you
want
tell me
to
about
paint you.
Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
I don't even know what that place looks like.
right.
Lenegis?
I almost forgot about Lenegis.
Yeah, same.
How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Maybe they're taking bets.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most
So
astral
it doesn't matter
energy.
who wins?
And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like
She's
that?
a
You must
bitch.
remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced.
Do we have a set deadline on that?
It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did.
Is she on a princess?
Utterly despicable
Sorry,
as it
unrelated.
is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well.
Right, and we're all here together.
I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really...
Telling you to fight me right
I
now.
will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Well, good. Oh, you're one of those types, huh? Getting seasick, probably.
You don't look so good. Are you alright?
Just like Rain?
The floor. It keeps
The
moving.
Rain had a fear.
How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my
Talk about it like it's a
expectations for
superpower.
Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim.
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
Bad people on
It
both
used
sides.
to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment.
Well, change is still good.
I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves.
Right? That's only
I saw
natural.
it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
Yeah.
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Yes.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Power couple.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two
In what
of you?
way?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see.
Literally said, I know you.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Alright, just don't die. It's not really the correct sound. No. A whole lot of nothing for a while. Alright. Shion, what you got?
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
Probably still hate each other, but on equal grounds.
First.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it.
Right.
So,
we're still
I guess you're right after
we're still
all,
dealing
Alfred.
with that in the real world.
I have changed.
Oh, that's sweet. The controller's vibrating.
You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it was meant to be or something.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Yeah? Yeah?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
Oh.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can...
Yeah? Then you
Shion?
can...
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon.
You're not gonna die, right?
I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I think it's a little bit more than that, but you know.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Okay. Nothing new. I'm not one for optimism when there isn't sufficient advice. Evidence. Stay away. Save, because I don't want to go through all that again. That ship had a better head start than I first thought. If you want to take a nap before things pop off, now's the time. Then we will rest.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Good. That is a big ship.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
How lucky that no one's on guard duty.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Who's that? Who's the one next to her? Also, are you? That's a lot of skin. Just thought about it.
Hungry already, my dear?
That looks like a boss fight and a half.
Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Are we gonna actually fight you and not a bunch of monsters? I mean, I know that's your gimmick, but figured I'd ask.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Mobile Fortress Gradia. Alright.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Sar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was
Keep
only
forgetting
getting
about it.
materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out? Now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords.
What
duke it
other
out.
lords? It's just her
Or
and
something
one
to
more.
that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Gonna kill her this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute.
Our skits always bundled together.
That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Oh right, the mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing, as if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
I'm sure it's a poem thing that you made up, but I keep thinking, you know, maybe, just maybe, it's plot related, but oh well. I was thinking someone would be in here actually.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Water, hear my call! Spread, air thrust!
That makes me corner.
Bring him down! Finish it! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
There, and again!
Can you
Mega
stop?
ray!
Ashes storm!
Diamond burst! Lightning!
It's too fast!
Stand back.
Anything in order,
I'll trip it up.
Air thrust! Raging storm!
I was kind of hoping that
Do it! Alvin, astral energy!
we could pull up the encyclopedia from here, but oh well.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny
Well, bosses aside, I feel like it's not that big of an issue.
I won't forgive you! Here goes!
I see one there! Not today!
I'm the true gunslinger around here!
Won't save you!
Sleep now!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Only put on one of these, right?
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We can really make weapons with this?
Any more in this room? Okay, not really. Oh, is this a law thing?
Got it!
Nice. Okay.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
What happened there?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
None shall escape.
In a bind?
Swallow's flight! These ones can do it! Rings around us! Not on my watch!
Thinking how good is this new one? Okay, I got an idea. Lightning then hydration. How does this thing?
Do it! Sion, astral energy! Full throttle!
if it doesn't work, then
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I'll just go back to using Hygienist Circle or whatever it was called. Is there a place to cook around here? Probably not. It's a dungeon. Okay. I just healed. Why can't you guys just drop orange gels? That'd be way more useful.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Where are you going?
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I am screwing up immensely.
Be my guest! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here goes! Bullseye! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
Great.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Oh, everyone's topped off. And
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Do it! Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Dance in the wind! Steel! Demon Lightning Roar! Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
no enemies in here. That's it? Okay.
I won't forgive you!
Now I'm doing work!
Let the marksman handle what I can do! Here goes! You'll pay for what you did!
You got it, damn it!
Here goes!
I would need something with more range if I wanted to follow it up like that. Or Thunderfield first, then hydration to back off. Using Afrogels a lot.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
We managed to pull through.
I mean, I guess apple gels over pineapple gels, but still. You got beef. Okay. Fight me.
Coming through!
Anything in order is
Take down their defenses! Damn it! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and
Getting over limit a bit too much. I know it's supposed to be easier,
this is
but
the power of the blazing sword!
okay.
Shut him down.
Alvin, astral energy.
Say no more.
I have to use these more often.
In a bind.
Here goes water.
Dragon Hazard storm.
Lightning
Raging
blast.
Luna Storm.
Demon Fang. Lava Blade.
Okay.
Inferno Torrent.
Shining supernova. Instant.
Trying to figure out what follows up with this.
Resonate with the earth. I can carve through armor.
I'll keep you
I'm ready. Bloody howling.
Oops, missed that one. That's my bad.
After being interrupted. I'll thank you.
Dream.
Hitting
Dance in the wind.
deity. Far enough. I'm ready.
Too much to handle.
Okay.
Light burst forward.
Not this time. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out Rinwell a bit more.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Never
That's
seen
his
anything
key.
like it.
Hey.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Yeah, was there anything like that here in the first place? I don't think so. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm just blind. Okay. Lower level it is. There's no optional boss in here, right? It's just these guys?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. This one's mine. It's a duel of the
Blow them away.
There, throw them again.
Blind freeze. Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. You'll soon see about that.
Oh, what happened to the other one?
I'm practically unstoppable.
Giving me a lot of not orange gels. Great. I don't want to be there when an emergency happens and I'm tapped dry. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I won't forgive you.
In a bind.
Here goes. Do it. Get toasty.
Bird strike.
Now I have to deal with one of your types.
I can carve through armor. Leave the charges to me. Raging Luna Storm.
I did not want to fight one of you guys. What is happening?
Thank you.
What is happening?
Scarlet Inferno.
Okay.
Take this. Demon.
You know what, Alvin? You can just take one.
Here goes. Luna Blast. Here's a healing.
Demon Fang. Ignite.
Gravitas field.
Anything in armor is all right.
Nope, you're looking at me again. Yep.
Ruin.
Arrow squall. Magic is out. Here. Radiant spear.
Smash you.
Tunnel.
Raging Luna Storm.
Yeah?
It's time to finish
Ah,
this.
thank goodness.
Kisara, die. Consuming wildfire. Lightning. Downfall. I'm out. Here goes. One more. Magic is there. Blade. Firmament Ranger.
If it's for one of these guys.
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Will this help?
Not today.
Arch seal!
Raging Luna
Permanent
Storm.
render!
Take this. I owe you one.
Epic wall!
Get me out of here.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Maybe he was expecting us to grind a bit.
Permanent render!
I'm ready.
Alpha! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Seriously though, that thing is on boss level.
It was a close thing.
Sure was. Stuff better be worth it. Armor maybe? Okay.
That equipment should come in handy.
Okay. It was worth it then. I think I will equip magic armor. Anything for Rinrose, anything for me. Okay. Bring it on. I can take it.
Right, here goes. Take this. Demon Fang. Destruction.
Lightning orb!
Take it.
Dopamine!
Light burst forth.
Radiant genesis! Water! Unite the wind! Air thrust! Burning render! Law! Demons descend!
Flashing Fang.
Alright, if that's what we're doing, I'm just gonna get in there.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Not today.
Tumbling to me.
And choice.
Now you see what I can do.
Lunar corruption! Hit! Lunar thrust! Air thrust!
You're mine.
Scion instant! Go get him!
I'm ready.
Tunnel!
Take.
Blow them away.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
Oh
They
man.
certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
Oh, and it looks so cute too. It's just a puppy. Bunch of puppies. Oh, you're dead. Man. Endurance experiment. The entire lab will be devoted to it. Fantastic. Oh, good to know Almidra keeps
This
eggs
is-
around.
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Right.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Okay, let me just clear this room first.
Right, here goes. I see one, eh?
Not on my watch! I'm ready! Permanent danger! I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you!
Get out of here. Be my guest.
Dance in the wind!
On your knees.
Hit! Annihilation!
Let's probably switch Law in at some point.
I owe you one.
Not in your dreams! Here's another lightning orb!
Everlasting darkness.
Light drinking orb! This one's mine! Lightning!
What if instead Thunderfield I use Surge?
Lightning orb!
Will ya? This one's mine! It won't escape me!
Do it! Leon, astral energy! Full throttle!
Oh boy.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Yeah, okay. Wait, is there no fast travel on this ship? Which means I probably shouldn't go anywhere. Yikes. Wait, did I get any new items? Nope. Has to be okay. Second floor, okay.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
In here, really?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
What, kills the look again?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A what?
A
Okay.
starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from
Right.
Lenegus?
Forgot, it's
Correct.
sci-fi.
Technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on
Can
her
we
own.
take this ship? It sounds
You
like a
mean
cool
to tell
ship.
me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about
I
it.
thought you were the guy who loves fighting.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Yeah? You okay? Alright, anyway. Just in case. I don't want to fight another one of these. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like, oh, you check out this area and it's all blocked off. Gotta go this way. Okay. Okay. Just making sure that it's not a field action.
I won't forgive you! Now you'll learn! They really don't give up, do they? That's my shield! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Thinking what other arts I can use. Not really feeling it. I'll just go back to Gilforce. Hydration orb.
Certainly not bad. Nope.
Okay.
Looks like some solid equipment.
else is here. Potatoes. I'm gonna check out all these rooms first. That's a lot. There's a lot of enemies.
Little help!
I see what
Dance in the wind! Air drop!
Rising Phoenix!
Here goes!
I won't show you any mercy! You got spirit! Phoenix! My shield!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Resonate with the earth!
Wind astral energy!
Bloody howling!
Resonate with the earth! Take that! Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
More gold, because they know we don't have any. This was just solid. Hydration orb's cool, it's just... it pushes you away.
Little help!
For my lord! Raging Luna sword! What is it? I can carve through my shield!
Tell me,
Have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Got you now! We're not finished! I'm ready!
Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I should probably switch those two back in.
Dance in the wind!
Resonate with the earth!
In here!
Raising you up!
On your knees!
No further! Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's mine!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Okay.
Dance in the wind!
Orochi
Instant! More with the stockpile! Arrow ball! Rock mega ray! Feel!
Green bait!
Here goes! Do it! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Okay.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Cool. Put you in for now. Go.
And thus our strength yet grow.
Okay. I think I had no choice.
You require a hand.
Dance in the wind!
No shield can stand to beat this!
Wind astral energy!
Its armor's too strong! Be my guest! In a vine?
Surrender! Arrow ball! Now for the
I'm ready!
Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Too fast! Stand back!
Let the mark
Zip it up!
Firmament render!
I'll finish you here and now!
Not in your dreams! Tempest whirl! Do it! Razor! Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis!
I wanna make sure.
Back! This one's all law!
I want to make sure that I have Rinwell more active.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
I feel like people can easily say, oh, you're just gonna magic spam as Rinwell, but, you know, she has up-close skills, which might be used less, but I feel like she's not bored.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! Pummeling to me!
None shall escape my power! Go get him! Ice prison! Field!
Eat this!
Sleep now!
No further!
Not in your dreams! More lightning!
Do it!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Awesome.
Perhaps we ought to recuperate for a while.
I agree. Fighting in this state would be reckless.
This one, Kisara inherited. Is there Benchy XP? I'm pretty sure there has to be, right? Oh. We've been here a bit too long.
Out of our way! Here goes! Here goes!
I'll smash you! My shield!
Ice prison! Razor cyclone! Celestial
Next to the range attack!
If it's in the sky, it's one! Lightning orb! None shall escape my force! You'll soon see about that! Dance in the wind! Permanent render! Arrow squall! Too much to handle? Here goes!
Okay. Excellent.
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat. What is this?
It's gold. What do you mean? I've cleared everything except these center paths. Is there something on this side too? No.
Now you see what I can do!
Electric shock! Piercing there! Freeze laser!
Here and now! Off my focus! This one's all mine!
Reload! Lightning on the Radiant light! Here! Air! Firmament render! In here! Tornado!
Look shot! In a bind!
A free tiger blade!
Lion power! First strike!
Lightning orb! Do it! Heal!
Rip and tear!
There.
Looks like we got them all.
Life bottle. It's always appreciated. I mean, I guess we're still good on items. Sorry. Run a bit. What floors do I have access to? I'm thinking, push on here. push on here. Restock our items.
Go no further!
Stop them! Eat this!
I'll crush you!
Oh.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous
I would have preferred if you did that on the lizard dude.
Can't get out of this! It's on! Denied! Look sharp!
Arch field! Tiger blade! Tunnels! Dance in the wind! That's what it does it! I'll heal you all! Go get it! Healing circle! Appreciate the help! Raging sword! Here's another! Bullseye! Here! Light prison! Lunar blast! Back into the falling storm! Firmament ranger! Sealed!
Now you see what I can do!
Air thrust! Too much to handle? I can't heal you forever! Take that!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Strike it down! Take this! Watch this!
Sleep now!
Their arms were interrupted! No further! Frickin' does it!
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara! Prepare me! Thunder to aid!
No!
It's fine.
Don't leave me all alone here! Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Ignite!
Going in! Here goes! Take that! Healing!
I'll take you all on! Ha!
Slayer
Demolisher!
Water snake wave! Here's a tiger blade!
Blood!
Shatter if one's mine!
Negative gate! Scream blood! Rending you
Close one! Gotcha! Ready to go! Dance in the wind! In here!
Raging lunar storm!
Sealed! It's time to finish this!
Okay.
Die! Consuming wildfire! Radiant pierce! Magic is out! Complete freezing storm!
Take this!
Here goes! Here goes! Here's another!
I'll face you!
Magma!
This is some punishment.
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
None shall escape my...
Oh, you're still here?
Take that! Not in your dreams!
You won't make a fool of me!
Air tiger blade!
Bro.
I can do it! Piercing, do it! Law! Demons descend!
Flashing fang!
I lack the energy for healing arts.
Let me clear this place out real quick. Oh, come on. I've used so much CP in this place alone. Okay, elixir, worth it. Wheat. Okay. If there's no fast travel, I'm going to be upset with myself. Oh no. Oh no. This is a boss fight. I should have
She
restocked.
sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
Please, no boss fight. Yeah, it's her cell phone.
There's no one here.
Except for an invisible
Yeah,
enemy.
but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
Okay, thank goodness. I actually don't want to fight anything right now.
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong,
Oh, oops.
sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Sense astral energy? I guess, the owls have some kind of affinity. That's what I'm guessing. It's the way out. Not this way. Oh, it's straight through, huh?
I see one, eh?
Now you see what I can do!
My shield!
I can read your moves like a book!
We're not finished!
I never miss! Make it right!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Appreciate the help!
Tiger Blade! Now I'm in the groove!
I've been doing really great lately.
That's far enough! Bring him down! Got fine not too long ago. Ripping hair! Shield and far enough! Fire support! Shield and now!
Here's another!
Let's do it! Super slow dance! Now in the groove!
Air thrust! Firmament render! Arrow squall! By the power of water!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Make it work!
Okay.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Yeah, not that long.
Finally, some open space again.
This is fun.
Whoa, that came out perfect!
I should have gotten something with stats, but oh well. Oh. Convenient. Not what I was intending, but oh. Any mats that I have too much of? It's just a lot, so I doubt I need all of it. Well, if ever a quest comes out that as can you give me 99 fangs, then I'd be upset with myself. Okay. I don't think we need those that much. Just to make sure we're all set. What is this? Yeah, the problem is I don't need magic emblem on Rainbow. Well, HP I mean. No. That might be okay, actually. All these 1-stars are pretty much just good for EXP. I feel like if I really wanted to make something, then I would save them just in case.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Okay. I made a better magic emblem. There you go. Okay. Okay. Let's go back, I guess. I'm really secure about this. Just going back and forth.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Yeah.
Backing down! Engaging! Piercing roar!
You require a hand.
The wise warrior knows when to call it quits.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, God, please don't tell me there's a coward title. I'd be really embarrassed about that. I think it was that thing. Did we ever go to Rena? I'm worried that it might be like Tales of Xillia. There's like here in Olympias. You're in Olympias, but you only have access to one dungeon. Yeah, in the first game at least. We have access to level 3, but we've never gone through here yet.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
I'll do my best!
This one's mine.
In here! Talking it out! out! Now you see what I can do! My shield! Damn it,
Not on my watch! Shining supernova!
Here goes! Now in the groove! Time to shine!
Take that!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Okay. I got both? I could have sworn the other guy had
Everyone still in one piece?
Oh,
Yep.
fuck me.
I barely worked up a sweat.
Well, I guess it's safe for me to say. It's a good thing we saved.
I wonder if we can use this.
I did believe. So, I'm gonna save right before I fight that thing. Oh boy. Something tells me this is going to suck.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Take that! Blood! Glacial steel! Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt! Tourmaline render! Arrow, go for the weak point!
Far enough! Talon hurricane! I'll finish you here now! Tiger blade! I can carve through walls! In a bind?
Magic is in! I'm all here goes! Tiger blade! Sleep now! In
Didn't we
here!
fight with one of these before?
Tourmaline render!
Dragon
Arrow squall! I never miss! And stay down! All day!
Glimmer dragon!
Tiger blade! Take that! Here I go! Celestial! Ow! I'll show you just how strong my arms really are!
You require a hand.
Tiger blade! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this!
Is this not considered one of the bosses? Okay.
Hit!
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that! Do it! Law! Demons descend!
I wanted to see what Arc had.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
And there's more? Yeah, I know where that is. It's on the 3rd floor.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
So we had
just
to
have
fight
to go
this
back
thing.
and check.
Little help!
Bring them down! I'll smash you!
I'm throwing flames! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Blow away!
Bring that
This one's all mine! Talon hurricane! Denied!
Damn it, Bennett! That's my cue!
Shut him down! It's almost too
You
small.
made me angry.
Split it open!
That
Be
was
my
a bad
guest!
idea.
Dance in the wind!
Shield and
Sleep now! Seal!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malicer!
Okay. We're done here.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Do I put off and back in? Maybe. I don't think it matters because I can just swap partners in and out. Yeah. Right before the boss.
If Almadria's not in her own room, Just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them.
So
all on
you're
her
not a
own.
time traveler.
I hate to say it,
Huh.
but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
I had this
We already
theory.
know she specializes
but,
in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it.
So it's...
Well, there's only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Oh, don't make me regret this. It might just be like...
Almadria.
Just in case. If this is a normal room, I'm gonna reload. Okay, it's not. It's time to go. I restocked. I'm full on everything, so... Hoping this
There
is all
she
worth
is!
it.
Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
Ganabelt was on his own.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon
I want to know where she got that name from.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things
So,
work.
if we beat
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
Yeah, but you mocked them for it, so...
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Jeez.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
He's a good guy?
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away.
Bitch, you killed
Your
all of them!
pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That
My
knowledge
goodness.
and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of. Mesmold!
Are we gonna fight both of you? That's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be really annoying. I don't want to fight two people at the same time. No, I don't want to. Wow.
Enjoy your meal.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Right.
do
Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
that. Does this count? Okay.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! I'm wrong! Celestial River! I can carve through armor! More with that kind of stuff! Here, let me help. Hard up! Whirlwind snap! Burn! Here goes! One more! Radiant here! I'm out! I'm all stopped up! Not in your dream! Annihilation! Air thrust! I can do this all day! Will this help? Arrow fall! Healing circle! Take this! That's it! Close one! Gotcha! No, take that! Great cyclone! Celestial River!
You picked the wrong fight!
I can do anything in armor as long
I'll heal you all!
Switch yours.
Healing
Hello?
not in your dream!
That's cool.
Dance in the wind! Sleep now. Crossblade! Mom. Dad.
I can't see.
I can carve through armor!
Will this help?
Eat dirt!
Healing circle! One last one! Ice cream radiant! Here! Puddle! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Celestial River!
Denied.
You won't get away with that! Ready to go! Switch, this one's mine! Take that! Here, let me help!
Can't get out of this!
I am upset.
Here's evil!
Don't begin!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Firmament render! Healing circle! Arrow squall! A freezing storm! Hit!
Raging
One more!
Down! You're off!
You picked the wrong fight!
Brimming with hatred.
Falling storm! Arrow squall!
Now you see what I can do!
Tiger blade! Here goes! Dance in the wind!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power!
Get ready!
Are you kidding?
Dance in the wind!
It's time!
An outstanding.
Take this!
Burn! One last one! Puddle! Firmament render!
You are really causing me problems.
Arrow squall!
Ready and ready!
Hear my dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Too much to handle? More when I came from! Here's evil!
She's doing something.
Freeze Lancer! Ha! Go get him! This one's mine!
I'll smash you!
This one's all mine! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Not on my watch! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Too much to handle? Here goes! Take that!
Is this really the entire boss fight?
In a bind?
I mean, I guess it's
Here goes!
better than the other thing.
Not in your dreams!
Do it! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Tempest whirl! Thank you.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away.
I've risen. This one's mine. This one's mine.
You're mine!
Here goes. Here, let me have it.
You're kidding! Take damage. Stagger.
You paid for that!
Take this. Armor won't save you.
You are the worst.
Ready, going in.
That's bad.
Wits about you, people.
Better.
Okay.
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
In the wind.
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine! Air thrust! Permanent render! Not on my watch!
Now they're mine? Nothing happened.
Prepare to be sealed.
Dance in the wind!
Shadow.
Oh, you are the worst.
Pieces! Attack time! Armor won't save you!
Here goes!
In a bind?
Resuscitation! Ice prison! Firmament render! I'll bring you back from in here! Air thrust!
No, I'm not going to wait on casters anymore.
Stay away from my friend! No! Can't end here!
Appreciate the help! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! The waters of creation! Magic is them! Touch! Away! Dance in the wind! Just what the doctor ordered! I let my guard down. Here goes! Take that! I'm prison! This one's mine!
Oh boy.
Dance in the wind! Here's a
Anything in armor is all mine!
I'll bring you back from death! I'll bring you back from death!
Down again.
Take that! I'll bring you back from death! Flight! I'll bring you back from death! Dance in the wind! Not on my watch!
Right.
Air thrust!
Didn't count. Didn't count.
Captain Squirrel!
Move.
I'll smash you!
Thank you. Firmament render!
You're actually the worst.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Here goes!
Shine! Radiant light! Regeneration! Can't move! Radiant light! Prepare to be
Here,
sealed!
let me help.
No further!
Please.
First aid! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Tunnel! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Oh no.
Denied! Take this!
Sealed! Crossblade!
Nope.
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't. Firmament render! Arrow squall! I never miss! Goodwill! I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down!
That's some Gurren Lagann.
I'll end you! Frozen
Hammer!
Really? Everyone's going down. I didn't know what to do.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you.
So it's a really good thing I stocked up on items.
I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
Oh, here's the water guy, I guess. Oh, she... Oh, please don't kill her. Justice needs to be done. Don't take this away from us.
It's that sword.
I really don't want to fight you again.
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to...
Oh, you're gonna die.
My lord.
Yeah? I had a feeling.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Who are you, man? I assumed you were the Water Lord. Well, I'm assuming she's done.
Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover,
I wonder what your region's like. Oh, he's beautiful. What? Hello?
Stop right there!
Are we really doing this right now? Uh-oh. I'm actually not prepared for a fight.
Think you can cut me down? What?
I thought this guy would be like a Tyson character, actually, but... So here we go. What's that symbol? Sunglasses, you know? My bad. Yeah, that's what I assumed. It looked exactly like Shion, that's what I was guessing. At the start of the game, he was like,
Wait, what just
do I know you? Have we met? You know?
Say something!
Oh no. My school uniform. Alright.
Let go of me!
Oh no.
Let me go!
Oh no.
Shion!
Alvin!
Oh man, what is going on? Don't don't take her away, please. She's my healer. If she's gone, who's gonna heal me? Dohalim?
Shion!
Alvin!
Oh my. Well, shit. He feels pain again. That is That is not good. There goes her one friend. She's mine now.
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
Who is this guy? Is he like a past version of Alpha? That'd be interesting. Oh, man. Where's that, McCall was his name? Our ship captain? Oh, man. Well, this sucks. Oh. Test subject number 1273. The spirit channeling ceremony will begin shortly. Until then, you are to calm your mind and await further instructions. Oh, are we playing in a flashback? That'd be pretty cool.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
Is this what Lenegis looks like? Astral energy charging almost complete. Output stable. Standing by. This is a dungeon. I just want to see what they have to say. Can't you Danins figure out where to go on your own? Or are you so stupid you managed to get lost in a tiny place like this? You have a job to do. Now do it. Return to your position. Man, what happened to Elminancia? Daddy hasn't come home lately, so I decided to come to visit him. But they won't let me go any further. It's not fair. I hope he finishes his work soon so I can see him. Alright. I hope so. What is this place? Has to be after maybe the Russian invasion. Looking at statistics, a subject's biological sex appears to have almost no bearing on the rate of success or failure. Oh, so there's a lot of people here. Okay. A Danon test subject as our sovereign, eh? I expect you to carry out your function without falling apart like the others, understand? Oh. Is Alphen supposed to be like an ancient king? King of Rena? That'd be cool. Rena, male lab worker. The maiden will control over things. You just focus on not breaking your concentration while the ceremony is in progress. I'm assuming Shion's the maiden? Maiden will maintain control over things. You just focus on not breaking your concentration. If you want to see your home again, you'll have to do a good job here. Number 1273. What do these people have to say? Is this the test subject, ma'am? Wow, it looks just like us. On the outside, maybe. Inside, it's as uncivilized as the rest of them. You haven't forgotten my warning from earlier, I hope. No, ma'am. No touching the test subject, right? You're not allowed past here, Dana. Be patient and wait until preparations for the ceremony are complete. Okay, so this is gonna be a dungeon, I'm sure. Those are teleporters. So maybe the ground level. This place. Test subject number 1273. You are not authorized to enter this room. Return to your position and wait for the ceremony to begin. What's that all about? This is Alphen, long hair, gotcha. What's this have to do with the mask? Oh, I wonder. To be honest, I was beginning to sweat bullets. If you hadn't worked out, who knows what we would have done. Worked out, so like physically. This is the first time we've managed to assemble a sovereign and maiden ready for the ceremony after all. But seeing you make it all the way today has put my fears to rest. So it sounds like they need someone from Dana to rule as the king and a Renin to be a queen. I'm not even sure if it's a Renin. What does this person say? Yeah, Danon as our sovereign. Alright. Oh, it's you, number 1273. Or should I say, sovereign. You don't understand how much time and effort we've invested to create you as our lone success. We can't risk losing you to an injury at this stage. Okay. Wonder what any of this means. This guy's still here, right? Are there more people? Another one bites the dust. Remember 1273. You are our only success story. Do not let all our hard work and research go to waste at any cost. Right? The harvester we deployed on Dan is functioning as intended. It's gathering astral energy and transmitting it to Lenegus. I've spent long days keeping a close eye on things. But soon that work will finally be over, and I can get back to my little girl. Aww. She's the one waiting at the door, probably. So yeah, this is definitely Lenegus. What do you have to say? I don't know who got in their head to start calling you sovereign. At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a test subject. Your only worth lies in your physical aptitude for the task at hand. Your thoughts and feelings are of no concern. I'll keep going until we get back to
as usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards.
Okay.
I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room.
Oh. Yeah, so it looks like the original purpose of the invasion was so that we can get test subjects for the Sovereign. Astral energy is also a good bonus, but go figure out the Sovereign. Oh, do you work here, or are you just the maid? It's time, Alphen. It's finally happening, huh? Yes, we need to change into our outfit, then meet in front of the transference device. Transference. Once this is all over, you'll finally be able to return home. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm sorry you got dragged into all of this. It's not your fault. Let's just do what we have to and get this thing over with. Right.
I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Oh man, what happened? Yeah, 100%. It was obvious that
Alphen.
These two were together. Oh, was that was that hidden by the sunglasses? Okay. What? Oh, this does not look good. What did you do?
Live for me.
Did your curse do all of this?
No. Aori. No!
Also, if this is a different person, how did
Wait, please.
Shion come
Wait,
to existence? Oh man.
What was that? That... How long ago was that?
We're in the water area, that's for sure.
That's right. Shion.
Oh yeah, you're feeling pain for the first time.